To the right of me are those of the attacker in Berlin. This is the guy who got in a truck and ran on a sidewalk at a Christmas market fair in Berlin and plowed down and killed 12 people and injured dozens more, got away. But less than 24 hours later, he was meeting at a Berlin mosque, sometimes at the oddest of hours, 3 or 4 in the morning their time. Surveillance there caught him on tape and was able to try to track his goings. After that, he went to a number of other countries, Italy, chief among them, where he was killed today. But the point is, a lot of his meeting points were at mosques. Former Navy SEAL David Sears with us right now. David, we also know that authorities checked out one of those mosques, and it led to a lot of things. Some people wince at that and say, wait a minute, that's going a little too far. What do you say?
Absolutely not. You need to have both offense and defense in this war on terrorism. The defensive end is putting up barricades, we can do chicanes, you can do physical security measures, but you have to have an offensive piece, and that's getting the intelligence to find where these guys are. We know that they are operating out of mosques, and they're using these, so there's no reason we shouldn't be able to surveil and look at these mosques, both overtly and covertly.
You know what's so weird about it, too, is that there are those who will look at that and say, all right, Muslims were targeted. And I know that will be the immediate reaction here in the United States if we go on, I don't know, for want of a better term, a mosque hunt. But a lot of the more egregious attacks there have come from those that were plotted out in mosques. So what do you do?
Absolutely. We have to get over that political correctness, though. I mean, you're doing intelligence-based policing. You're doing an offensive intelligence-gathering piece. That is, if you're going after biker gangs, you go to biker bars. When we went after the drug problems in Miami, you went to the Colombian sections of the neighborhoods, right? When you went after the Italian mafia, you went to Little Italy. You didn't go to Little Poland to look at the Italian mafia. It makes complete common sense once you take out the political correctness.
And one of the things we realized is that once we started doing that, or the German authorities started doing that, they were able to track this guy down to the point that they found him in Italy and obviously lying about where he was from and a bad accent to indicate where he was from. But I was just wondering how many more there are like him. I mean, if you had a guy with paperwork that was questionable to the point that even the country of origin, Tunisia, and no one can seem to confirm where that he was from, doesn't recognize that he's from there. I don't know if that's a case of Tunisia, hotbed of terrorists in its own right, not wanting him back or just not wanting to deal with it.
Right, now you're talking, we're going on to the next problem is the refugee problem and who's coming here, who's already here. That's twofold. Stop the flow and vet the flow, and two, what's internally is why you got to do this surveillance and start looking at intelligence-based policing.
Donald Trump is tweeting out on this subject, and we cannot confirm what he is alleging in this tweet, but I'll pass it along to you, that the terrorist who killed so many people in Germany, quoting from Donald Trump, said just before the crime, "By God's will, we will slaughter you pigs. I swear we will slaughter you. This is a purely religious threat which turned into reality. Such hatred. When will the U.S. and all countries fight back?" Now, we do know, and we have heard today, that the killer in question was shouting, "Allah, Allah Akbar." God is great. We don't know about this, but obviously what the president-elect is saying is that we have been politically correct to our own detriment and at the cost of lives. His approach earlier on has been to aggressively screen those who come into the country. For a while during the campaign year, all Muslims in general trying to get into the country. Where do you stand on this?
I don't say it's all Muslims, but certainly I agree, because this is a twisted form of Islam that these guys follow. So it's certainly not the entire Islamic world. That said, you have to look at these countries that have terror going on in them that these fundamentalists are coming from. Look at the Syrias, the Iraqs, the Pakistans, Afghanistans, places like that where we can't reliably vet on both sides people coming into this country. And you do two things. Either there you have to do the vetting, or if you have a piece that comes this way, you have a place that's kind of a limbo. The Guantanamo Bay piece, we've done that before for refugees. Put them there till they can be positively vetted.
I'm wondering now, we never quite learn our lessons after incidents like this. And maybe the line I always hear is that isolated incident. And, you know, I'm not the sharpest tool in this shed, but I'll tell you, Dave, I've seen a lot of isolated incidents.
No, Neil, you're right. And every time we have these, we're able to go back and reconstruct these pieces, and we see so many things that look blatantly obvious that we missed. We should be learning those lessons, but we're not. You're absolutely right.
Dave, thank you so much. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Thank you as well for all your incredible service to this country. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Merry Christmas to you.